I have no freaking eyeliner on or anything today, but I tried to get my base makeup on just so I could, you know, get my life together. I drove all the way yesterday from freaking San Antonio all the way back. And I was dead tired. Oh my God, I have a funny story to tell you guys too, like when we stopped. And some behind the scenes stuff, because I feel like there was like, we kind of like showed up on people's streams barely, but we kind of just chilled off stream, which was kind of cool. But like, there was some really cool behind the scenes stuff. I got to meet, Kyrie Irving, and it was so embarrassing. Oh my God, it was the most embarrassing thing ever. Okay, so you guys know me. I'm not good at introducing myself to new people, unless I'm like, hi, I'm Cinna, like a idiots. Okay, like an idiots. So here's me, and I'm just excited, and I go, hello, you know, I'm Cinna. I'm doing that to everybody. I'm just chit-chatting. And as I'm talking to people, Kyrie's right there, right? And I was like, you know, oh, I should introduce myself. I go, man, I said, I'll introduce myself later. Marcus embarrassed the hell out of me. But I'm with Marcus, right? And Marcus is like, he's like, Cinna, why don't you introduce yourself? I said, oh, well, he's in a convo, so I'm gonna wait. I don't wanna be rude. And then Marcus goes, I don't think he's in that deep of a convo. You can just introduce. He was talking to Mark anyway. And I said, no, I don't wanna do that. You know what I mean? And Marcus, oh my God. Marcus goes, yo, Kyrie, this is my friend Cinna. I said, oh, that's so embarrassing. Oh my God, that's actually so embarrassing. Why, bro? Oh, that's the worst way to introduce someone, because then it looks like I'm trying to slide, and I'm not trying to slide. You know what I mean? Or maybe I'm just in my head about it, but it makes me look like I'm trying to slide. I'm not trying to slide. You know what I mean? I was just trying to introduce. So then I didn't, it doesn't. Oh, so is that just me overthinking it? Because I was embarrassed. Somebody called me autistic. Okay, so, all right, well, that's what I mean, okay? Like, I'm misunderstanding. So then I was embarrassed, and I'm just overthinking it because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to bother anyone. Why are we retweeting? Dead ass. So what's the retweets about? Listen, I introduced myself, and then I'm like, you know, casual conversation. I'm like, yo, I see you been streaming. Like, that's crazy. And then Kyrie's like, yeah, he's like, I'm just trying to get like y'all. You know what I mean? Like, it's fun. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, that's like, it's just crazy to see him like want to be a streamer. Like, that's crazy. So I was talking to him. I was like, yo, you want to do like some like IRLs and shit? Like you should do an IRL. And I said, have you tried it? And he said he's done like a 24-hour and stuff. And I was like, that's so, bro. It was actually so cool to talk to him. Like, I don't know. It was so sick. So I was really happy. Oh, wait, hold on. I think the cleaner is going to clean the office, but I'm going to tell her not to. Anyways, I talked to Kyrie. I'm like, damn, he's mad cool. Then it was, you know, it was Aura gain matched with Aura loss. Do you want to know why? Because of Rosie's bitch ass. Because I run into CB, okay? I'm talking to CB. And it's me, CB, Keem, and like a few other guys that work like the tech stuff for AMP. And they're talking about the cameraman Olympics. And Rosie's nowhere to be found, okay? And CB is like, Cinna, like, yeah, like I should have won the cameraman Olympics. I don't know if you saw, like, da-da-da-da. And he's telling me about the camera, like, they're all telling me. And I'm saying, like, Rosie would clear y'all, first of all. I said, Rosie would clear y'all tomorrow if he needed to, okay? Are you serious? Rosie is switching out camera batteries left and right. That's my fucking goat. You don't ever talk shit on Rosie. And then CB's like, Cinna, no. And so we start arguing back and forth. It's like a 20-minute cutscene. And, you know, during this 20-minute cutscene, I'm thinking like, you know, damn, it's about to be on some like, you know, some, oh, let's do a versus thing. And Rosie's gonna come up here and talk shit. So I keep saying like, you just wait till Rosie comes back here. Rosie's gonna fucking clear you. Like, Rosie right now is such a camera battery. 1.5 seconds. Yo, tell me why Rosie 20 minutes later shows up. This is still a 20-minute cutscene. And I say, Rosie, tell him that you would show him up. Rosie goes, oh, Cinna, no, that's CB. Like, have you not seen how CB works? He's like the best. Like, there's no way I'm beating him. Holy shit, bro. Like, just get a backbone or something, Rosie, please, for the love of God. He didn't even try to be like, no, I'm the GOAT. He didn't even try. And then I said, what about to Arky? And then Rosie goes, no, like, why would I? Like, no, I'm not better than them. Like, they're the GOATs. And I'll say W self-awareness, bruh. I said, Rosie, what the fuck? So I'm talking to like, you know, CB and them, and they're all joking me now because it's like, bro, Rosie's like he didn't even try to stand on business. I want to see Rosie stand up to CB and like be like, yo, CB, you're not clearing me. I'll jump hurdles for this camera shit. Nope. Rosie said, no, I can't do it. I don't care. W humble king. Bro, that's what he was doing. I said, what type of timing are you on, man? What type of timing are you on? And then, yo, listen. I go yesterday and I'm looking at all the clips. Chat, everybody was so nice yesterday about me feeling a little uncomfortable. I appreciate it because I was very uncomfortable to wear a bathing suit on stream. It's not really my MO. And I appreciated everybody being kind. I think the nice messages are really nice. I do. but I really do hate when people message me and say, wow, you're so brave. I said, don't say that. Why? That doesn't make me feel good. That makes me feel horrible. I said, you know, I think the kindness was meant well, but like, what do you mean brave? You know what I mean? I made a lot. I think I mean this like so sincerely. I think that RDC, like in general, like Mark, Des, like literally like Ippy, all of them are just like my favorite people to see at events. My favorite. I don't even know if it's close anymore.
The silver one with the big lens. I love the quality.
Canon SDX 10,000. Did you see that? Oh my God, speaking of that, you know, I have a really funny story about something I was talking about yesterday. Wait, I'll play the music while we talk because it's really funny. So I was hanging out. I told you guys I love being around RDC. They're so fun. And I was hanging out with them yesterday. Bro, first of all, Mark shows up instantly. Mark turns around. He just got this big ass smile on his face. Okay, they're all just like, oh my God, they're like the best energy ever. And we're like joking about something. We like talk back and forth. You know, we're joking around. Mark and I are talking about like the State Farm stuff because we want to react to it. And then you know, I see Dylan, I see Leland, I see Ben. Ben walks up. First of all, Ben walks up. I said, listen here, little chopstick legs, okay? All right, fucking Slender Man, built ass bitch. And I said, don't ever call me a torta again if you want to talk like that. And then Ben starts going, whoa, Cinna, whoa. And he goes, he goes, how much have you had to drink? And I said, no, I'm sober. I just got here. And I said, I'm just keeping that energy since you want to talk online. And then he goes, so you're just coming on that type of timing right now, huh? That's what you're doing? And I said, hell yeah, I am. Fuck you, okay? So then Mark goes, Cinna, why do you always do this? He goes, why you always do this, Cinna? I said, because, you're calling me a torta online. You always try to act like, you know, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna say it. And I'm saying it just like this, a big ass, dumbass smile on my face, okay? Most least threatening individual you've ever seen in your life. So I had to call in backup. Cause I look at Mark and I said, listen here, you little hoe ass bitch. That's what I said. And then Mark looked at me and he said, you call me a what? And then, you know, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I had to stand on business. So I called in backup to help me. Extra Emily. Emily was with me, okay? And I stood next to Emily. I said, Emily, tell him. I said, tell him exactly what I said. Get his ass. And then Emily goes, and she goes like this. She goes, she does this. And then Mark goes, Emily, don't you dare. And he goes, don't you dare. And then Emily goes, you hoe ass bitch, right there behind him. And Mark goes, oh my, I think he has a video of it too. of her like ulting while I'm like, yeah, Emily, get him. And it was really cute. So I got to see them, but then we're talking and they're like, oh, they're like, I forgot who it was. It's like some girl walks by and she like brings up the fact that I'm wearing like the bikini top from the photo. And I was like, yeah, I didn't really have another one. So, you know, I just kind of wore this. And And Mark said, oh, he goes, that's the one that you were wearing? And I said, yeah. And then I said, that's the one where they were calling me a whore. And then Mark goes, they were calling you a what? And I said, a whore. I said, they were calling me a big old whore online. And they were saying less of this, more of this. And Mark and all of them were like, why the fuck were they calling you a whore? They said it was like the most tame photo ever. And I said, I know. So they were like, they were trolling me the whole time because they said, it was just so funny that people were like freaking, oh my God, they were freaking out. And they were trolling me the whole time, but they were like, hilarious about it. The only person that I had to be extra mean to was Ben and Dez though. Cause Dez, what's it called? He came up to me and he also called me a torta on Twitter. So I had to get his ass too.
The disguises from Rakai during the pool party had got to be one of the funniest things I ever witnessed. Especially the one where he dressed up as a grandma.
Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about that. So I'm at the pool party. I see a grandma walk by. I'm like, the fuck? And I'm like, who is that? And I look at like Rosie and Maya, and then I'm like, is that Kai? Like, did he change? I'm like, no, I didn't know. I just wrote it off. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, being in the streamer world, I'm so desensitized. I just was like, oh, okay, it's not a streamer. And then later on, I see a clip of it was Kai. Does anybody have the clip of Kai tackling Rakai in the pool?
How many fucking times, niggas? I'm gonna kill you!
Oh my God.
Say sorry! Say sorry! I'm sorry! Say sorry, yeah! Stupid ass nigga! I'm sorry! Dumbass nigga! Get up! Get the fuck up!
Dude, them trying not to laugh is so funny. Because you can see Rakai trying not to laugh, and you can see even Kai's grin go through. Bro, that shit is fucking hilarious. I actually felt really bad for Agent because he ended up like he literally interacted with everyone. It was just off stream. Like he just didn't want to be on stream. And like I go on TikTok last night and people were like, man, Agent's such an L for being so antisocial. And I felt bad for him because I said, damn, like I feel like I know how that is when you're not, you know, fucking with it. And I don't think it was anything personal because we actually texted Agent when we got there and said, yo, where you at? And he said, give me 30 minutes. And he did, like he just needed 30 minutes. He said, give me 30 minutes. And he sent me a photo that he was in a racing sim. It wasn't personal. I think I think the TikTok parasocials just thought it was like personal. Like, they're like, oh my God, why did he do that? I was like, brother, like, you know, don't worry. Don't worry. You're going to get your Elden Ring marathon very soon, I'm sure. And then, you know what I mean? You'll be chilling. Don't worry.